Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're here again, thank you. On this day, I made some of my own tags out of a manila folder. I'm kind of running low on my tags, so I just cut one of those up. You can find them at most thrift stores for probably $1 a bunch. So every time I come across manila folders, I pick those up. I'm just cutting them up in various sizes. They're about the same size, I don't measure. Covering them with gesso. Today I am going to make adult Valentine's Day cards for the modern woman. That's what I'm working on after I had a conversation on Facebook with a couple of friends that were talking about the old-timey Valentine's Days, that cards that we used to get and the boxes that we used to make in school to collect those Valentines. And so I came in and thought, I'm going to make a couple of my own, and I have this little sticker book. It's got all kinds of little stickers in it, like 1950s women with very snarky comments. And I thought, oh, I love that. So that's what I'm making. This is some watercolor in the name Opera. It's a very fluorescent hot pink, and I love it. It's by Holbein Artists Watercolor, W013. I just spray it with water, run my finger through it. It's very bright, so I'm actually rubbing it off on a piece of paper next to me. And then I left this part in because you will see that I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a some sort of a paint acrylic stick that I have, and you have to store it standing up because it's very liquidy. And I absolutely make a total mess. And I just wanted you guys to see that this is where it gets really, really crazy. Watch. Oh my God, I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but let's throw all the Valentine's Day colors together. So I have the hot pink, the red, and then what do? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to tame it down, and I'm going to try to wipe some of this off through a stencil. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I swear to God, my craft desk looked like a crime scene. It really did. It was... I cut out all the cleaning that I had to do to wipe it up. It was a mess. So I continue to wipe this red paint through a stencil. And when you're looking at your art from a bird's eye view, you're like, wow, I shouldn't have done this. I should have done that. And, you know, such is life. You know, if we had a bird's eye view for our life, we would think, you know, hey, I should not do this. I should have done that. And, you know, sometimes we get it right. Sometimes we don't. This is one of those projects that is not really right. But in the end, I end up with something that's doable. And I kind of like it. But this is another one of my mistakes. This is me trying to... I don't know why I thought I needed to add more to that busy, bright background, but I did. And so I'm using the color Buff and Dina Wakley Media Paints, and it wasn't coming out. And I edited this galore, but I messed with the bottle, and I stuck a pin in it, and I did all of this shaking, and finally got it to come out. That should have been my first clue to leave it as is, but I kept going. Then I added some eggplant into that to create a purple, and it's just an absolute mess. Excuse me. So I'm procrastinating, overthinking. Oh, I gotta lighten this some more, I tell myself. And I'm still messing with this bottle. Oh, God. You know, this is kind of, when I do art like this, it makes me think of life. Like when the door doesn't open, it's not your door type of thing. When the bottle doesn't squirt, the answer is don't use it. So I'm messing around, and I actually take a sponge, makeup sponge, and I put it through the stencil, and it does a big fat nothing for my tags, but make more of a mess, but I do it anyway. So I come to these tags with nothing more than the idea of Valentine's Day colors from back in the day where they were very bright, and some stickers, and I just keep going. So they're all dried, and I'm thinking, man, is that some loud background there? So I get some paper, and I'm gonna try to fix that. This was a really cool piece of paper that I found in a package of scrapbooking paper that I just bought at a thrift store. There was only one sheet of it. I was really bummed about that, but I use a lot of it in this project just to kind of get that background covered up so I can actually put some stickers on it and you'll be able to see the stickers. It was just way too much, but that's the process. Layers, layers, layers. This is a very old piece of vintage magazine from October 1923. I rip it up and I want to add a little bit more interest with some text other than just the grid paper. And this is what you call dilly-dallying. I think YouTube is very inundated with perfect videos, and everything looks perfect, and everything is just, you know, no one makes a mess, no one drops anything, no one gets frustrated. It's just very fluid. You start at the beginning and end up with something beautiful, and that's just not real life. At least not in my craft room, it isn't. So now I'm playing with these stickers, and I actually go through and I pause the video and I find the images that I like and I cut them out, and it's more of the stickers are more of a tissue sticker, so I didn't realize that at first, so I did all the fussy cutting around the image when I really didn't have to, because they kind of disappear into the background. They're very very thin tissue type stickers, and you don't have to be very precise in your cutting. So now I still have a busy background, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So I take some gesso, and I'm just trying to tap the background back into the background a little bit, but still have enough of it to where it peeks around the edges and maybe through the stickers a little bit. Then I get too much, and I wipe with a wet wipe and scratch some of that off. And in between, obviously, there's drying time. I edit that out because my art dryer is very loud. These are the stickers. This first card is a woman drinking a cup of coffee, and it says, shh. And then the actual sentiment says, how silent would you want us to be if you were the victim? So that's the card 1. Modern day Valentines. So that's the first one. The second one says, God worker, empty, do not care. Life is tricky, baby, stay in your magic. That one says, so blunt you can smoke my truth. Now shut your dirty mouth. If I could burn this town down, I wouldn't hesitate. The last one says, selectively social, feed your own ego, and I eat cake because. Here are some still photos at the end. I hope you liked my modern day twist on an old Valentine's Day card. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.